Bonjour, j'ai fait dire bonsoir, c'est pas tout à fait ça encore. On se retrouve pour Final Fantasy XVI, je crois, sans doute, c'est ce qui est écrit sur l'écran. Et on va continuer à s'arrêter, donc on y dit hier, on a repris juste, on a fait le tour du nouveau repère. On a continué un petit peu la quête, la quête principale, qui nous a amené à aider Martha dans l'auberge. On a récupéré Ambroisie, et là on a une nouvelle mission plus ou moins. Mais on va d'abord aller chercher cette mission annexe, et voir en quoi ça consiste, et éventuellement la faire. Je crois qu'on allait pouvoir ouvrir la porte. Oui, l'escalier. Je me souviens plus ou moins comment descendre.
See, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Allons distribuer les
Nice
pommes.
being the bearer of good news for a change.
Thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Et on avait aussi, je viens d'y penser, mais on avait aussi éventuellement un mini-boss à battre.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bear might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Il avait ça dans sa poche.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, make Martell livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martells, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the dead ones. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will ya?
Il y a pas... C'est pas illimité.
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
I hear there's trouble.
Think it's alright to touch him?
Qu'est-ce qui est gros?
The Cursebreakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martell.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martell. Why did you have to die?
Il est mort de quoi?
She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say
Après, il y a
it's
3
about
pommes
time
sur le
you
truc,
found
ils
you
vont
some
pas aller loin avec.
siblings, don't you think?
Je prends. Ok, donc maintenant dans le... Dans le repère de Clive, mais dans ses... Dans ses appartements, comment ils appellent ça? Quartier, je sais rien. Monsieur, je sais pas ce que tu fais depuis tout à l'heure, mais tu déplaces des caisses, tu déplaces des trucs, ça sert à rien. Tu fais des allers-retours. Il me semblait qu'il y avait un autre truc. Je crois qu'il y a un trophée pour avoir récupéré tous les trucs à afficher. Ou alors le bug pour récupérer un des contrats.
I hear there's trouble in this area.
Il s'appelle Nekra, je crois, le même. Neka.
That room's as ragged as...
Nectar. J'y presque. Empire de Sambrec, l'échappée claire. Et lui, les provinces impériales, lance brisée. Donc, merde, toujours mauvais bouton. Toujours mauvais bouton. Ah, mais je peux pas y aller en fait. Bon, bah, pour l'instant, on peut pas y aller. Parce que c'est. Vous savez, l'échappée claire. Ah, mais ça doit être. C'est là en fait. Et comment on peut y aller? Bon, bah, on va aller là, hein. Si on peut, à la fin, on ira.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your
Oh.
past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Sur la route de Port-Izu.
How far do you think your mother's
La question est.
extends?
Ok.
Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Mais, avant toute chose. Je fais mon relou. Ils ont pas l'air très affectés par le fait que.
Keep them pilchards nice and chill.
Look at this place.
Bon, on est censé avoir une dame grise quelque part. La dernière fois on est tombé dessus par hasard. Hein. Mais du coup on a toute cette zone là. Sur laquelle on peut. Peut-être qu'elle est là en fait. Dans une zone qui est un petit peu décalée. J'espère que je vais dans le bon sens. pas dans le bon sens. Ça a l'air d'être elle. Hein.
If that's what I think it is, this isn't gonna be easy.
J'ai oublié où était l'autre.
Rest well. I know I will.
Qu'on retourne au refuge. Parce que l'autre, je pense... Peut-être, je sais pas si on peut le faire. Mais je veux au moins savoir où il est. Pour éventuellement qu'on teste. Là, on va sauvegarder.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Attends si on peut avoir quelque chose au stand de désiré. Madame Margot, ça fait 10 fois que tu dis que ton... change ton putain de balai.
So Martha's all right.
Province impériale de Rosalia, lance brisée.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you.
85, donc normalement au prochain on doit pouvoir récupérer.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
J'ai acheté les gossements.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. I think it's all right to touch him.
Clive. So, will it be?
Il est plus aimable que... Le clap devant que j'ai trouvé c'est pour faire une tempétueuse. Pour ça j'ai pas de tempétueuse. Ah, j'ai utilisé mon épée pour le faire? Mais j'ai pas un éclat devant. Qu'est-ce que j'ai trouvé? Non, c'est œil de la tempête. Et donc on a dit province impériale, donc ça doit être vers là. Anse brisée, ok, donc c'est vers là. À mon avis c'est ici. Hein. Pas m'avancer. Chose demi-tour. Pas très beau.
A wild wyvern. In this area.
Peut-être le moment de... Il est limite, bon pour l'instant, plus facile que l'autre. Attends, je suis à 20. Non! J'étais à 20 esquives. Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais avec ça, putain? Et j'ai pas utilisé.
Oh, there aren't any more of them.
2 potions. On est un tout petit peu moins dépendant. Du coup, on va retourner au refuge juste pour récupérer les trucs. Tu vois ce qui se passe maintenant qu'on a battu les 3? Bon, il était jouable. Tout seul, je sais pas. Bon, il y avait quand même celui qui m'aidait.
So Martha's all right.
Pour l'instant, je les ai tous. Par ceux qui sont dispo.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
C'est quoi ce qu'on a récupéré? Ouais, capacité offensive pendant un court instant après avoir réussi une esquive habile. Bon, ben, on est parti. On va sauvegarder. Si j'y pense. Bordel, la musique m'a fait penser à une chanson. Je sais quoi? Comment se fait-il? J'ai vu toi. Quoi, donc il y a plusieurs chemins, plus ou moins. J'ai pas mal de points, qu'est-ce que je peux faire avec ça? Je sais pas si... Je sais pas ce que ça change en fait de maîtriser ça, mais je me dis potentiellement peut-être que ça permet de l'utiliser un peu mieux. Ok, ça permet d'en avoir plus. va commencer par là. Parce que je suis curieux de savoir ce qu'il y a par là-bas. Il y a encore une autre... il y a encore... À moins que ce soit la même tour que celle qu'on a vue.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! They're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Welcome, stranger. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
We're going hunting for outlaws.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
Pourquoi il y a des briques sur son truc? Bref.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
What did those knights want, Father?
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
Well, what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
Okay.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers. I know that. What do you want? We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Je sais pas si il y a quelqu'un d'autre ou pas dans le groupe qu'on n'a pas avec. Il doit sûrement y avoir un passage là pour aller ici.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apology, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
Idea. You're not going to like it. More of my mother's men.
Le jeu s'attend pas à ce que... Enfin, je sais pas, c'est bizarre. Le niveau que j'ai par rapport au niveau que le jeu attend. Ah, c'est un coffre. Ok. Bon, on va pouvoir aller là-bas. Quoique. On verra. On aura l'occasion d'y revenir sans doute. Je prends. Donc, tout droit. J'ai pas compris ce que t'as dit, madame. J'ai pas regardé. J'ai pas compris. Voir si je peux rattraper de l'autre côté, mais je suis pas sûr en fait. Oh god.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
On n'a pas de maison.
Black shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
J'ai un doute. Ah, et c'est bien le fameux pont qui est bloqué à chaque fois.
I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria. This one. Get him.
Il est mort le mec qui est censé faire de la magie.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
C'est pas nous les gardiens de la flamme.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Quelle coïncidence. Ok, donc ça c'était pratiquement le chemin. Juste aller choper les trucs qui... peuvent se trouver là.
Over here.
quoi ce qui vient de se passer? C'est qui laisse traîner des coffres encore comme ça? C'est pas un vieux coffre ou... Ouais. Je sais que je suis pas dans le bon sens, je sais que... Je vérifie qu'il n'y ait pas des trucs intéressants ici avant de continuer ailleurs. Je trouve que ça servira pour plus tard. Bon. Je pense que pour l'instant, on a fait plus ou moins ce qu'il fallait. Donc on va aller tout. On va retourner au chantier naval. Il fait chaud au cœur. Je peux plus. Il fait. Enfin, c'est pas très chaud dehors, mais il fait chaud à l'intérieur, c'est vrai. Je pense que le PC, la PlayStation n'aide pas. C'est clair, mais. C'est dur de faire redescendre la température à l'intérieur. C'est pratique en hiver. Mais en été, c'est moins pratique. Je suis pas très... Je sais pas ce que on va trouver à l'intérieur.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know.
Je comprends pas sa mère.
I never truly understood her.
Moi non plus, on est d'accord.
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
On n'est pas obligé de comprendre. On a fini, c'est fini.
We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Mais ils sont tous les gens qui habitaient là, c'était pas que des pourvoyeurs. Je suis sûr qu'à un moment donné, on va descendre le vent. Ils auraient pas mis ça sinon. La mère de Clive me rappelle plus ou moins la mère de Grenade dans Final Fantasy 9. Ou tu sais pas, dans ce cas-là, ils étaient pas forcément de la même famille, mais...
We're approaching Buick Bridge. No, I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
Monument érigé en l'honneur du 250e anniversaire de la fondation de l'archiduché de Rosalia, que la gloire de la nation des roses fleurisse pour l'éternité.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed. Become.
Nightmares if they won't accept.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands. You find no succor to the South Travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Bon, c'est bon, ils s'en débarrasser et puis on passera.
Very well.
Get him! Go, Tom! Over here! Stick him! Get him! Go, Tom!
Beau rivage, donc on est presque arrivé, mais il faut d'abord traverser la ville.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Ça a l'air sympa comme ville. D'où j'ai la vie qui a ma vie a monté. Mais il y a les crabes qui s'invitent et tout.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Les fils, il y en aura rien oublié. Comment elle sait, elle est pas à l'intérieur. C'est une petite pause vite fait. Je pense qu'il s'en fiche.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. And Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Bon. On va sauvegarder, on va juste faire une petite pause vite fait.
News is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Ou alors ils sont là. On va sauvegarder. Juste ça, une courte petite pause. Et je reviens, peut-être, si je trouve le truc. Et voilà. Hop, j'ai moins de mal à enlever l'écran que le mettre. Donc, on est parti. Je sais pas ce qu'on va découvrir aujourd'hui, mais... Est-ce qu'on va avoir la résolution de l'histoire avec sa mère ?
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
C'est pas très grand la zone qu'on a à fouiller, on va dire. Enfin, ça a pas l'air très grand. What?
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not. Get him! Over here! This one.
Putain, mais il est pas mort lui? C'est coriace.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Qui c'est? Ça va être un de ceux du début?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
On a déjà massacré tout le monde. C'est peut-être.
It really is you.
Alors peut-être de se manifester avant.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
Ils sont pas morts. Ils sont juste assommés.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother?
Mais pourquoi est-elle aussi méchante?
But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Elle sait que son fils s'est échappé.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
Et elle sait que c'est un pourvoyeur, du coup elle tue tous les pourvoyeurs.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
Oui, et puis il faut... Juste parce qu'il est pas au courant, il y a quand même 2 émissaires avec toi.
Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Oh, buck up, man. At least I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
Allow me to tend to your needs, my lord. It has been an honor.
Ça fait pas grand chose d'intéressant quand même. De toute façon, il va y avoir grand chose de plus à faire.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Oldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
À chaque fois qu'il va dire ça, parce qu'il va dire les Black Sheep, pas les Black Shield. Personnages temporaires viennent de rejoindre l'équipe. Les personnages temporaires ne font partie de l'équipe que sur la zone où vous vous trouvez. Ils ne vous suivront pas si vous vous déplacez sur la map. Vous savez quoi? J'ai oublié qu'on avait un chocobo.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I didn't.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
Forest area!
Forest area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear. Get him. Over here! Over here!
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
This one.
More dragons.
Worse. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, il est mort. Oh merde. Un
A
gars.
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Merde, il est pas mort. Je pensais qu'il était mort. Chaud.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I.
Après, je sais pas si c'est un bon plan en fait.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Ça me perturbait ce qui est... La traduction et ce qu'il était en train de dire parce que ça collait pas du tout. Ils ont pas du tout dit les trucs dans le même sens.
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Pas tout à fait. Peut-être. Si. Bon. Je me demandais si je pouvais retourner au refuge avant. Ils nous ont pas fait aller dans les tunnels.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
La table est très basse quand même. Ou alors c'est Clive qui est très grand. Et Gilles qui est très grand. Et Byron qui est très petit.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Mais il va le reconnaître, il ressemble à son père.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
En français, il dit vous allez payer avec votre tête. Et il dit en vrai, ce qu'il dit, c'est votre langue. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
You would mock me as well.
Oui, qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
What? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach.
Alors, sa mère l'a réduit en esclavage. Il a dû tuer plein de monde. Il s'est échappé.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
Pour moi, il y avait toujours un monstre.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
J'espère que je vais sur la prochaine à mourir.
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then When it's done, will the monster cease to be?
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? Best of luck out there, Sid.
Non mais c'est pas toi que je veux parler.
Patron's Whisper. I'll be here waiting.
Clive! Here you go. Think you can help?
How did we never hear about these guardians?
Je vais aller voir la quête annexe avant. On va aller lire la lettre. Ça on aura fait. Attendez, il y a une autre quête? Ok, bon, ce qu'on va faire c'est que... On va aller lire la lettre. On va aller voir lui. Ça, on va lire tous les trucs qu'il y a à lire.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
Faut qu'on puisse manger. Non, non, tu manges sur une table, monsieur. La situation à Dominion. Salut Clive, les Dalmecs encerclent Dominion, tenus par les impériaux. Ma part, en se regardant le chien de faïence, ces deux armées ne font pas grand chose. À mon avis, ce conflit risque de s'éterniser. Je tiendrai au courant s'il y a du nouveau. De la part des gardiens de l'étincelle. Cher Clive, jamais je n'aurais pensé avoir la chance de vous revoir à Rosalia tant d'années après la tragédie du Fort Phoenix. J'aurais tant aimé que le regretté Tyler ait été à mes côtés lors de nos retrouvailles. Quoi qu'il en soit, sachez que nous autres gardiens de l'étincelle sommes plus que jamais disposés à vous aider dans votre lutte. Combattre pour vous est un honneur, pense Sire. Les pommes, c'est la vie. Donc, effectivement. Cher Clive, tu ne devineras jamais qui m'a rendu visite. Cormac du jardinier et un panier de pommes de Marielle à la main. Merci de lui avoir fait passer le message, ça faisait longtemps que je ne m'étais pas autant régalé. Je les ai trouvés bien plus sucrés qu'avant. En plus, s'il les préférait acides, mais ses papilles gustatives ne devraient pas être faites comme les nôtres. Ne devaient pas être faites comme les nôtres. Cela dit, il les aimait peut-être simplement parce qu'elles avaient poussé au repère un peu comme nous autres. En tout cas, une chose est sûre, qu'elle soit Marielle doit avoir le sourire. Je suis intrigué par la quête annexe avec le plus. Parce qu'en général, le plus, ça nous ajoute quelqu'un. Ça nous apporte quelque chose. Plus que ça fait une... Enfin, c'est ce qu'on j'ai vu... Enfin, on l'a eu une fois, mais la dernière fois qu'on a eu un plus, on a eu un chocobo.
My knowledge is yours. I have a few new notes that might interest you.
Quoi?
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Après, c'est vrai qu'on n'a pas vu grand monde. Marielle, une jeune scientifique qui participe aux recherches botaniques du repère. Elle fuit de justesse pendant l'attaque de Hugo Kupka. Il a réussi à prendre à elle la pousse d'arbre sur laquelle elle travaillait. Grâce aux efforts des chercheurs de jardinier, une nouvelle variété de pommes appelée pomme de Marielle verra le jour quelques temps plus tard. Elle succombe malheureusement à ses blessures après l'incident. Ok. C'est de ça qu'elle est morte, j'étais pas sûr. Wade. Un ancien chevalier de l'archiduché de Rosalia, alors qu'il avait disparu lors des événements du Fort Phoenix, il réapparaît au bourg du Saint-Secours à la tête d'un groupe se faisant appeler les gardiens de l'étincelle, perpétuant l'esprit des chevaliers de Rosalia. Byron Rosefield. Frère cadet de l'archiduc Elwyn, il est donc l'oncle de Clive et Chauchat, c'est un étudiant prominent de sa... Je sais plus si j'avais déjà lu ça. Au paternel de Clive et Joshua, il reste loyal aux idéaux de son frère aîné adoré, le défunt archiduc Elwyn. Depuis l'annexion de Rosalia à Saint-Brec, l'influence politique de Byron est réduite à néant, mais sa sécurité et son train de vie sont assurés en échange des impôts importants qu'il paie au gouvernement d'occupation. Il utilise ses activités commerciales comme couverture pour apporter une aide financière aux gardiens de l'étincelle et un groupe de rebelles composé d'anciens gardiens de Rosalia. Sébastien Rutherford, un majordome au service de Byron Rosefield. On l'a vu, lui? Je ne sais pas si on l'a vu. Grâce à Rutherford, tout est toujours en ordre à la résidence isotoise de Byron. Ces tâches vont de l'accueil des invités à la préparation des repas et au polissage des haches favorites de son maître. Géographie. Les gardiens d'étincelle, un groupe de rebelles qui s'oppose au gouvernement d'occupation mené par Annabella dans la province impériale de Rosalia. Il s'est formé autour des chevaliers de Rosalia, ayant survécu à l'attaque du fort Phoenix survenue en l'an 860 du calendrier ponentin. Depuis leur base située au bourg du Saint-Secours à proximité de Port-Iseux, ils volent sans relâche au secours des pourvoyeurs persécutés dans toute la région. Putain, mais putain de mouche de merde. Saoul. Un hameau situé au sud de la province impériale de Rosalia, éloigné de la capitale et entouré de montagnes, il vit de son agriculture et de la collecte des plantes sauvages. Chantier naval se trouvant au sud de la province impériale de Rosalia. Dans cet ancien village aux constructions maritimes, des artisans hébergeaient secrètement des pourvoyeurs en collaboration avec les gardiens de l'étincelle, en opposition au gouvernement d'occupation. Malheureusement, les chevaliers noirs ont découvert la vérité et organisé une purge en massacrant les habitants pour l'exemple. Le viaduc de Bewitt, une structure reliant Rosalite à l'est de Rosalia en enjambant la mer de la Serre. Il devait s'agir d'un aqueduc comme les autres construits dans le but d'approvisionner une eau potable les régions du nord affectées par le fléau noir. Toutefois, le décès prématuré de l'archevêque Elwyn signale l'arrêt des travaux et il n'a jamais acheminé une seule goutte d'eau. Le bourg du Saint-Secours, une localité proche de Port-Iseux dans le sud-ouest de la province impériale de Rosalia. Jadis lieu de villégiature pour la noblesse de l'ancien archiduché de Rosalia, le luxe et l'opulence y régnaient. Après l'annexion de Saint-Empire de Saint-Brec, le quartier a été réquisitionné par l'armée, mais celle-ci ayant quitté les lieux, il ne reste plus qu'un faubourg malfamé que les gens évitent. Les falaises des Aubereaux, une falaise qui s'étend au sud de la province de Rosalia, survolée par des rapaces. Ce littoral comporte de nombreuses roches aux formes inhabituelles et de falaises abruptes. Il semble avoir été formé il y a très longtemps par de violents mouvements des plaques tectoniques. Au-delà du ruisseau se trouve le hameau d'Ambrun. Chevalier noir. Des combattants appartenant à une force spéciale, c'est Annabella qui a ordonné la création de cette unité quand elle a pris la tête d'une Rosalia annexée par l'Empire. Ces soldats sont considérés comme des véritables bourreaux de l'ombre, rassemblés pour débarrasser la région des éléments nuisibles, à commencer par les pourvoyeurs. Ils n'hésitent cependant pas à s'en prendre également aux non-pourvoyeurs. En effet, ceux qui ont le malheur de faire obstacle à Annabella et les partisans de feu l'archiduc comptent parmi leurs cibles de choix. Le gouvernement général, un gouvernement instauré par Saint-Brec pour gouverner Rosalia. Cette administration est aussi appelée gouvernement d'occupation par les Rosaliens. L'empereur Sylvestre a délégué la gestion de la province annexée à l'impératrice Annabella, nommée pour l'occasion vice-reine. Celle-ci s'est établie à Rosalite et a fondé un escadron surnommé les Chevaliers Noirs. Il se charge de juger les pourvoyeurs inutiles et d'éliminer les dissidents démophiles, partisans de la philosophie d'Elwyn Rosefield. Donc on a tout lu, monde et phénomènes. Le geste de Crandall, une célèbre histoire valistéenne souvent racontée sous la forme d'une pièce de théâtre, et suit les aventures de Sir Crandall de Camelot, un chevalier au service de Sainte Sibylle la Bienveillante. L'antagoniste principal est le sorcier Madou, c'était un des livres préférés de Clive lorsqu'il était enfant. Il aimait en jouer des passages avec son oncle Byron dans les rôles respectifs de Crandall et Madou. Donc, tout, je sais pas, mais... En tout cas... On va aller faire le plus, parce que je suis curieux. Je sais pas si on va continuer la quête principale. On verra. On parlera au moins à Viviane. Parce que je sais pas combien de temps ça va nous prendre. Ah, y a plus la meuf avec son balai.
There are new billets being posted every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. We'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Alors c'est des quêtes de compagnons le plus.
It will be over soon. One way or another.
J'imagine que le prochain pouvoir qu'on récupère c'est le Shiva. Comment? Ça m'inquiète.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Cameron.
Je croyais qu'on devait pas y aller ensemble.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
Assiste pas trop lui.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nandi.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He doesn't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Ah. Alors comme ça tu cherches un monstre au nom d'Osmer, Cupo. Si j'étais toi, je jetterais un œil au tableau des contrats d'élite. Empire de Sambrec, porte ouest de Fort Norvent. Est-ce qu'il y a un bouton que j'ai loupé ou... Attends, Sambrec, c'est là. Non. C'est là? Non. What? Porte ouest. Je vois qu'il n'y a pas un truc pour les mettre sur la carte. Ah. Ok, c'est là. Donc il faut que j'aille... Putain, c'est loin. J'ai pas trop le choix, hein, je vais là. Hein. Je sais pas si je peux prendre les chocobos dans la forêt. Donc faut que j'aille vers où? Faut que j'aille vers là.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail. Oh, but worthless.
Il faut qu'on monte. Ok.
Faster!
Time to fight.
Ou pas.
don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Je te vois là-bas.
The work will have to wait. Vogel, look sharp. All yours, Vogel. Nice try.
Oh le salaud. J'ai tendance à appuyer sur le mauvais bouton quand je veux faire certaines attaques. Ce qui fait que ça change le type de dégâts que je veux faire. Et ça m'embête un petit peu. On devrait avoir des nouveaux bidules. Scarlet.
Something there, boy. Could that be our man?
2 secondes, j'arrive, monsieur.
You all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
On va se prendre une potion.
That's better. I needed that.
On ira en racheter au refuge.
Taking quite a...
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Going purse weighing you down. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
What?
Is that all?
Je suis en train de t'acheter des trucs et t'es en train de dire que je suis en train de te voler?
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards. He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see, and his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor, and again most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Ok. Ça a l'air méga génial d'avoir sa ceinture. L'obtenue du plan de la ceinture sur Octone. Obtenir des plans permet de créer de nouveaux équipements à la forge. Ces équipements puissants peuvent être obtenus en rassemblant les matériaux nécessaires à la confection.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
Electra.
Anything else?
Je ne sais pas ce que c'est d'Electra.
Our monster's taken quite. Akin to Lady Karen.
On va aller récupérer les récompenses de réputation.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
A part of me thought Drake's head might be the last crystal we ever cracked. But I'm glad I was wrong.
On va se regarder aussi.
I could have sworn we had.
On avait pas une... C'est bizarre, je sais plus comment ça s'appelait. Bref.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there. Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when
Hey,
there
salut
wasn't
Morgan.
nothing else on offer.
Comment
There
ça
was a
va?
war on, that
Et
sort of
bonjour
thing.
tout le monde.
Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been
Franchement, il est cool. L'histoire est dingue. Il se passe toujours un truc extraordinaire. Ah, il faut que je... Il se passe toujours un truc. Enfin, vraiment, quand on est dans l'histoire, t'es... Je sais pas trop vers quoi on se dirige, mais... Je fais des petites quêtes annexes pour terminer. Tranquillement. Parce que si je commence la quête suivante, je pense que j'en ai pour 3 ans. Et je veux pas finir trop tard. Il fait trop chaud. À l'intérieur. Faut que j'arrive à rafraîchir. C'est horrible. Je sais pas si je vais pouvoir passer par là, mais... Hello.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Over here!
Toi tu faisais quoi? Tu faisais un peu de... Dreamlight, c'est ça? Merde. Ah, j'ai annulé? Raté. Faut que je continue mes quêtes annexes. Je suis complètement à la bourre sur les quêtes. Il me manque des personnages encore. Ça sort quand? Ouais, ça va, je suis tranquille, j'ai rien jusqu'à un moment. Je prends mon temps avec celui-là. Par contre, j'ai... De Dreamlight? Ouais, quand j'attendais que Final sorte. Ouais, je ne plus à rachat des potions. Je suis con parce que je peux aller directement au repère. Bon, quand même aller parler à Vivienne tout à l'heure. 20 juillet? Oh, c'est dans pas longtemps. J'ai dit, c'est dans pas longtemps. C'est dans 18 jours. C'est quand même un petit peu. Bon, ça arrive vite. Hein. On est déjà à la moitié de l'année.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Je sais pas pourquoi ils nous font passer vers cet écran en fait. Parce qu'à chaque fois on coche tout et c'est fini.
What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
No.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Yeah. Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Je sais pas s'il va nous empoisonner ou pas, mais...
I present Chance's stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity.
Ça paraît très...
Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Je suis avec lui.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
Il est malade?
Odin's teeth. What an assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavors, but never have I tasted anything so fine.
Je suis content pour lui. Le pain a l'air meilleur à côté.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful.
Bonne chance.
And Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Je serais pas aussi catégorique, personnellement. Des sanctions motivant les anges, augmente la défense de 30 points. On va aller voir le vieux. Au cas où on gagne un point.
Did you come to borrow a book, Sid?
Non.
Because you can't have this one.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Ah!
What subject shall we consider today?
Auguste. Grâce à sa grande expérience en combat, il lui arrive souvent de diriger les opérations en tant que commandant. Il est également responsable de l'affectation des nouvelles recrues et de l'envoi des renforts sur le terrain aux côtés de Cole, le capitaine adjoint, bon ami de Blackthorn. Depuis l'époque de l'ancien repère, on les voit souvent prendre un verre ensemble. Ivan. Ou Ivan. Il s'était grévé en WC lorsqu'il a été mené au repère, mais en... Ah, ouh, c'est lui! Mais en 5 ans, ses blessures ont guéri, il a repris du poil de la bête. Il manifeste aujourd'hui une curiosité certaine pour les petits plats cuisinés à base de monstres, ces mecs qui cherchent à déchiffrer les mystérieuses recettes de l'ouvrage intitulé Valise T1, voyage gastronomique. Je sens qu'on va devoir aller lui chercher d'autres Bestiole bizarre. Les griffons, de monstres bestiaux qui ressemblent au croisement entre un oiseau et un fauve. Leur maîtrise de la magie du vent leur octroie une incroyable agilité grâce à laquelle ils peuvent réaliser d'impressionnants plongeons aériens et piquer de vitesse malgré leur corps imposant. Aussi rares que majestueux, les griffons sauvages ou non ne se laissent que rarement apercevoir. Et au moment où on les a tués. J'avais déjà lu ça. On va voir, est-ce qu'on a des points? Non, bah... On va juste aller voir ce qu'elle nous raconte. J'imagine qu'ils vont pas nous amener direct. Comme ça on sera prêt pour demain. Je sais pas compris à quoi elle sert. Enfin, à quoi elle sert exactement. Mais...
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this.
La traduction en français elle est quand même assez agressive.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drustanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Ok, bah elle sera prête demain.
And how may I assist you today? I have the details here.
Attendez, pourquoi il n'est pas noté comme étant mort? Il va apparaître. Que je sais, c'était qui lui? C'est vrai, quelle est son importance à elle? Qu'est-ce qu'elle est là? On sait pas.
Study it well, Clive.
Donc ça c'est aux Dominions, ils sont en train de se battre. Ce cristal là il n'existe plus. Il nous reste 1, 2... Ça c'est nous. 3... Pourquoi il n'y a que 3 cristals sur la carte? Ah ouais mais... Il y a une zone sur laquelle on n'est pas allé. Peut-être qu'on va y aller. Bref. Du coup, on va s'arrêter là parce qu'il n'y a rien. Ouais, non, je vérifie qu'il n'y ait pas des quêtes annexes qui se soient glissées quelque part.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Quick look.
No.
Seen enough?
Ah, I wasn't expecting you back so.
Toi, c'est quand ta prochaine récompense? 205, on a le temps. Ok, bon. Du coup, ben, je vais sauvegarder. Et puis on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Et demain, ben, on va se lancer dans la mission. Je sais pas combien de temps ça va nous prendre. Peut-être qu'on s'arrêtera en milieu, peut-être qu'on aura le temps de tout faire, je sais pas. On verra. En tout cas, là, il n'y a plus rien à faire ici. Donc j'imagine qu'on se retrouve là plus tard. Il y a un cristal ici. Ah mais c'est le cristal de Hugo. Et ça, je me demande ce qu'il y a ici. Il y a un gros trou. Mais de toute façon ça fait que 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Il y a combien de royaumes? 6. Ah, en fait il y en a un qui est d'a priori qui est déjà mort ici. Qui est mort tout seul. Celui-là on l'a détruit. Il nous reste les autres. Peut-être que ça c'est pour aller détruire ce truc là. Bref, on verra. En tout cas on s'arrête là pour aujourd'hui. On se retrouve demain soir pour la suite. On ira parler à Gilles. Parce que Gilles ça fait un peu bizarre. On a parlé à Gilles et j'imagine qu'on partira en bateau pour ici et on verra ce qui se passe. Bref, ça vous souhaite une bonne soirée. Bon appétit, sûrement on verra qu'il est bientôt. Et puis je vous dis à demain, au soir. Et bisous, Morgan. J'ai trouvé le bouton, je vais le trouver, ne vous inquiétez pas.